You're trying. You really are. Every week you walk into that grocery store and you make the right choices. You pick up the cereal with the heart on the box. You grab the yogurt that says low fat right there on the front. You choose the granola bars labeled whole grain and natural. You put back the things that look indulgent and you reach for the things that look responsible. You go home. You eat the right things. You take your medications. You exercise when you can. And you still don't feel the way you think you should feel. Your energy isn't where it was. Your blood pressure isn't moving the way your doctor wants. Your joints still ache in the morning. And you can't figure out why, because you're doing everything right. You're not doing anything wrong. But you are being lied to. And I don't mean that loosely. I mean the products on your shelf right now, the ones with the health claims printed in large, friendly letters on the front, are designed by lawyers and marketing teams, not by doctors or nutritionists. And for people over 60, the gap between what the label says and what the product actually does to your body is not a small gap. It's a canyon. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to walk into a grocery store completely differently. And you're never going to look at a food label the same way again. First, I need you to understand something about how food labeling actually works in this country. Because most people assume there's a scientist somewhere who reviews a product and stamps it heart healthy before it hits the shelf. There isn't. What actually happens is this. A company hires a team of lawyers and regulatory consultants. Those consultants look at FDA guidelines and find the minimum threshold required to make a specific health claim. The product only needs to qualify on 1 or 2 nutrients. If it's low enough in fat, it can say low fat, even if it's loaded with sugar. If it contains oats, it can say heart healthy, even if those oats are surrounded by sodium and corn syrup. If it has any whole grain content at all, even a trace, it can say whole grain on the front. The front of the package is not information. It's advertising. It is legally permitted advertising that is specifically designed to bypass your critical thinking and make you reach for the product. And it works on everyone. But it works especially well on people who genuinely care about their health. Because you are motivated to believe it. You want it to be true. And they know that. Now let me show you exactly how this plays out in 4 specific products that are almost certainly in your kitchen right now. The first one is breakfast cereal. The kind with the heart on the box. The kind that says whole grain or high fiber in big letters across the front. Here is what's actually in that box. The primary ingredient in most heart-healthy branded cereals is refined grain, not whole grain. The whole grain content that earns them the label is often a fraction of the total grain in the product. The rest is processed flour that spikes your blood sugar faster than white bread. And then there's the sugar. A standard serving of popular heart-healthy cereals contains between 10 and 17 grams of added sugar. Let me put that in context for you. The American Heart Association recommends that women over 60 consume no more than 25 grams of added sugar per day total. That means a single bowl of your heart-healthy cereal is consuming between 40 and 70% of your entire daily sugar limit. Before 9 in the morning, before you've eaten anything else that YouTube. For seniors specifically, this matters more than it does for anyone else. As we age, our cells become less efficient at processing sugar. Blood sugar spikes that a 30-year-old recovers from in an hour can take a senior's body 3 to 4 hours to normalize. During that time, your body is producing inflammatory compounds. Every morning, at breakfast, with your heart-healthy cereal, you are triggering inflammation. And chronic inflammation, not fat, not cholesterol, is the primary driver of cardiovascular disease, joint pain, and cognitive decline in older adults. The second product is low-fat yogurt. This one is particularly deceptive because the mechanism is so simple and so cynical. Here is exactly what happens when a manufacturer makes low-fat yogurt. They remove the fat. Fat is what gives yogurt its thick texture, and its rich, satisfying taste. When you remove it, the yogurt becomes thin and sour, and nobody wants to eat it. So the manufacturer adds sugar, a lot of sugar, and artificial flavoring, and stabilizers to recreate the texture the fat used to provide. A single 4.5-ounce serving of flavored low-fat yogurt contains up to 30 grams of sugar. That's 60% of your daily FDA sugar recommendation in one small container. Full-fat plain yogurt, by comparison, contains almost no added sugar at all because it doesn't need it. The fat makes it taste good without any additions. What the research actually shows is that the fat in yogurt, dairy fat specifically, is not the cardiovascular villain it was made out to be in the 1980s. That science has been thoroughly revised. The low-fat craze was a marketing campaign built on outdated research, and it launched an entire generation of products that replaced natural fat with industrial sugar. And seniors were the primary target, because seniors are the most health-conscious grocery shoppers in America, and therefore the most responsive to health claims on packaging. When you reach for the low-fat yogurt because you're trying to take care of your heart, you are not taking care of your heart. You are consuming a product that was engineered to look healthy while delivering a sugar load that directly damages the cardiovascular system. The third product is granola bars. Natural, wholesome, whole grain. The words on the wrapper are practically pastoral. You can almost see the fields of oats. Here's what's actually in most granola bars. The first ingredient is often oats, which is fine. The second ingredient is almost always some form of sugar, whether it's brown rice syrup, honey, cane sugar, or corn syrup. Then comes canola oil or palm oil. Then more sugar in the form of chocolate chips, dried fruit, or flavored coating. Then artificial flavoring. Then preservatives. The fat content in granola bars is described as low on the label. That claim is technically accurate. The fat is low, but the sugar content, which can reach 15 to 20 grams per bar, is never mentioned on the front, because the label laws don't require them to mention it. They only need to accurately report it in the small print of the nutrition facts panel. The front of the box is free to say whatever is most persuasive. For seniors trying to manage blood sugar, weight, or inflammation, a granola bar marketed as a healthy snack can produce the same blood sugar spike as a candy bar. The packaging is different. The physiology is not. The fourth product is the most insidious one. It's the flavored vitamin water, the fortified sports drink, the electrolyte beverage, marketed specifically to older adults. The one that says heart healthy, antioxidant rich, or supports healthy aging, right there on the bottle. These products are almost universally sugar delivery systems with a vitamin sprinkled on top. The sugar content in a single bottle often exceeds 25 grams. The sodium content, positioned as necessary for hydration, frequently exceeds what a senior on a blood pressure medication should consume in an entire day. The vitamins in the bottle are typically synthetic forms that the aging body absorbs at a fraction of the rate of food-sourced vitamins. The supports healthy aging claim requires no clinical proof. It requires no FDA approval. It requires only that the manufacturer not make a specific disease claim. Reduces risk of heart disease requires evidence. Supports healthy aging requires nothing. And they know the difference, and they choose their words accordingly. So what do you actually do? Because I'm not here to terrify you and send you home with nothing. I'm going to give you 3 rules that take 30 seconds in the grocery store, and that will immediately cut through every label trick I just described. Rule 1. Ignore the front of the package completely. Pretend it doesn't exist. Every word on the front of a food package is marketing. Every single word. The front is designed by a branding team. The back is regulated. Turn it around. FDA. Rule 2. Look at the ingredients list, not the nutrition facts panel first. The ingredients are listed in order of quantity. The first ingredient is what the product primarily consists of. If sugar, in any form, appears in the first three ingredients, put it back. Sugar goes by many names on an ingredients label: high fructose corn syrup, cane syrup, brown rice syrup, dextrose, maltose, fructose, and evaporated cane juice are all sugar. If you see any of them in positions 1, 2, or 3, that product is primarily a sugar delivery vehicle regardless of what the front says. Rule 3. For anything claiming to be low fat, ask yourself what replaced the fat, because fat is the ingredient that makes food taste good. When manufacturers remove it, they replace it with something. That something is almost always sugar or artificial flavoring or both. Low fat means something was taken out. It does not tell you what was put in. That's it. 3 rules. 30 seconds. And they apply to every single product in every aisle of every grocery store you'll ever walk into. I want to tell you why this matters beyond your grocery bill and your waistline. Most seniors in America are doing everything their doctor tells them. They're taking their medications. They're exercising. They're consciously choosing the foods that say they're heart healthy. And their inflammation markers are still elevated. Their blood sugar is still fluctuating. Their energy is still inconsistent. And nobody has connected those symptoms to the cereal they eat every morning. The National Institute on Aging has found that most seniors in America consistently exceed recommended daily limits for sodium, saturated fat, and added sugar, not because they're eating junk food, but because the food they believe is healthy is delivering those things invisibly. The labels they trust are designed by people whose job is not to keep them healthy. Their job is to sell product. You deserve better than that. And now you have the tools to get it. You are not someone who gets fooled by a heart on a cereal box. Not anymore. You know what those labels are. You know who writes them and why. And you know the 3 questions to ask before anything goes into your cart. That knowledge doesn't just protect your health. It protects your money. The products with the biggest health claims on the front are almost always the most expensive products on the shelf. They charge a premium for the marketing. When you stop buying the marketing and start buying the food, you'll spend less, eat better, and feel the difference within weeks. Next time you're in that store, turn the package around. Read the ingredients. Trust what's actually in it, not what they want you to believe is in it. That's not cynicism. That's how you take care of yourself in a system that isn't designed to do it for you. Share this with someone you care about who's trying to eat right and wondering why they still don't feel better. They deserve to know this. And subscribe if you want more content like this, practical, honest, and built for your real life. Not trends, not fear, just the information you actually need.